we talk about the McAfee suicide note? Hotload suggested it, and I'm finding it interesting. All right, so Hotload, can you scroll down and show this to people? The picture of the suicide note. It hasn't been officially transcribed, and I find it really difficult to read, but I will do my best. I'm waiting for him to show it.
Yeah, I haven't heard about a suicide note at all from him.
So they found this suicide note in his pocket, and his wife says it's not real. But yeah, this is the note. You can see why it's so hard to read. It seems to say something close to, I am a phantom parasite. In the present moment, I used it to attain my own ends instead of fully living it. I want to control my future, which does not exist. Throughout knowledge, which mere ashes of memory. I've read it a couple times. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, that's about as what I was guessing. So was she saying like that's not his handwriting?
She says it looks like someone who was trying to imitate his handwriting, and that her last conversation with him included, I'll call you tonight. And she thinks that this suicide note is part of the cover-up, even though it does resemble his handwriting. If I'm following that right.
Just so you guys know, my suicide note, you'll be able to tell the writing will be very feminine, lots of curses, and I'll put the same clue at the end that Houdini left for his wife when he died.
So we have at least 2 guests who've killed themselves so far.
At least 2. I was thinking
allegedly with John McAfee.
I was thinking about that today.
There's no way to know. At least 2 that are dead.
Yeah, I was thinking about it today when because I spoke to that guy who like owned the whole chain of motorcycle stores, and at one point he was like, so what, on some kind of a show you said something about this, and I in my head I was like, yeah, we do this. If he'd asked me what it was about, I was like, we have guests on, like, John McAfee before he killed himself, and Nate from 60 Days In before he killed himself, and Boogie before he had that aggravated assault charge with a handgun, and like go down the line of like all of our guests and the awful things they've done after the show, and Chris Hansen before he got into all that legal trouble.
yeah, he's on my watch list. We'll see.
He's not just.
Oh, who died of cancer that was on the show? Oh, shit. Total Biscuit. I felt disrespectful almost saying it like that, but he's dead.
That's 3.
I have this thing with like guests that we've had where like I don't remember them after like the episode is over.
After 11 p.m.
I don't know who Total Biscuit is.
Total Biscuit was a YouTuber. He did game reviews. He was really popular. And I remember the day he came on the show. This was cool to me. He was like, to say tail between his legs puts it into a negative a light, but the internet hated him that day. I forget. He said something that they didn't like, and it was like, hey guys, like we were going to hate him too. And it's like, oh no, we don't give a fuck that the world is mad at you. That's not our concern. Welcome to the show. We like you just fine. And I thought it was a good show. But yeah, he was in some sort of internet hot water the night he came on, and we didn't care. But yeah, I think he had brain cancer. I'm not positive about it being brain cancer, but I think so. And
is that a bad one to have?
Oh yeah,
yeah, not one of the good ones.
Liver cancer.
Liver.
You don't hear. I just went to his wiki.
Stomach cancer.
You never hear about liver cancer very much, or maybe I'm just wrong.
Stomach cancer is the worst to have, in my opinion. Like if I had to pick a cancer, stomach cancer would be on the bottom of the list.
Pancreatic.
I knew a guy who had stomach cancer. He was he came into the dealership once and he was buying a car, and he had to take occasional breaks to deal with the pain.
Jesus,
I don't want anything that messes with my bowels. The stomach might, but like, I don't know. If I have to get a colostomy bag as part of the process, like that has a big impact on my happiness.
You just strap it to the back of the bike. It'd be good. Oh no, just let it. Just leave the hose like flapping in the wind.
On like my trip,
nobody
on my
tailgates
big trip, I was following an RV, and I'm like, I'm getting wet. What liquid is coming out of a fucking RV down the highway? You asshole! You are draining your RV. And it was probably the gray water. If people don't know anything about RVs, they have gray water and what they call dark water or black water. The black water is the poop. The gray water might be like your dishwater or something, like from the sink, from the bottom of your shower. But whatever.
You don't
I'm
want
on a
it either.
motorcycle and he's dumping some sort of old stuff.
Yeah, you don't want that. That's super gross.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's
gross.
super gross.
I choose to believe it was his dishwater.
Yeah, let's hope so. Or maybe condensation from an air conditioning unit. Let's just pretend it's that.
Yeah, we're gonna dream. We're gonna
Yeah.
dream that his air conditioner had so much condensation that it got me wet following him at 80 miles an hour.
That's so gross. Yeah, I don't want to play that.
Anyway, we were on guests. So I'm trying to think of who's the list of people that have died. There's Total Biscuit.
Nate from 60 Days In.
Nate from 60 Days In, obviously John McAfee, who we just talked about.
Was there anyone else who died? Hopefully not.
There's a couple that aren't long for this world.
Yeah.
I know who you're thinking of. I don't want to say it out loud.
Who are you thinking of?
Who are you thinking of, Kyle?
You know.
Dude with
There's a couple that are coming up.
People that live unhealthy lifestyles, you know. Sure. Him and another one too. Yeah.
oh, that's
Oh,